Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes Podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Damian Monte Carlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike G. And we're talking the movie franchise, Halloween.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is episode 3 of Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. Today we're continuing on with the Halloween theme, rating all the Halloween movies in order. There's 11 of them right now. I think 2 are actually, like 12 and 13, are actually in process. They're supposed to release it, like, now, but because of COVID, they pushed it back a year. But anyway, there's 11 of them out, and we rated all 11. So we're going to kick it off, and hope you guys dig it.
I think they changed the ending to it. I think maybe Michael Myers gets COVID. That's how you kill him off. You give him COVID.
All right, let's start this countdown. We have Halloween 6 at number 11, The Curse of Michael Myers. What do you remember about this one, Dame?
It's funny because 4, 5, and 6 it's like the same theme. I mean,
yeah, I mean, the only thing with 6 was that they brought in, like, you know, he was part of an occult.
Right.
You know, with that Thorn occult or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And, you know, he had the mark on him. And, I mean, you know, they tried to come up with a backstory, which was kind of cool, but it was kind of, you know, the best part about 6 was probably the mask.
Right.
You know, the mask was kind of cool. But, Mike, do you remember 6 at all?
I remember it, and when I watched it, I didn't want to remember it.
There was also... the first time I seen it on screen, which I didn't realize until I rewatched it, was what's that actor? Paul
Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
Paul
right.
Rudd was in a very serious Paul Rudd.
Yeah, it was probably one of his first movies, I think.
Yeah, he was playing Tommy from the first one as a.
Yeah.
You know, and he was kind of obsessed with the whole Michael Myers thing, and
it's funny. There's always a Tommy. Remember, there was Tommy in Friday 13th. He was obsessed with Jason Voorhees or something.
Yeah.
So I remember he kind of like took over the persona. It was, I don't know, must be something with that name.
Tommy Doyle, Mr. Rudd, as Tommy Doyle. But yeah, it goes in the story of that. You know, I don't know if it was the director's cut, which was a little bit better, where it's actually like Jamie's pregnant, his niece Jamie from 4 and 5.
Right.
She's pregnant, and it's actually Michael's baby.
Oh God.
So it's even crazier. So it's actually Michael's baby, and now he's on a mission to get Jamie and the baby.
Right, Michael the rapist.
Yeah, it's
One
pretty
happy family.
Yeah, one effed up family.
God almighty.
All right, we're going to move on to 10. Number 10 is Halloween 5. Dame, what do you think about Halloween 5?
Same opinion as 6.
So yeah, kind of like a blur, kind of same storyline kind of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, Part 5 was kind of cool because it continued with the Jamie thing.
Right.
And at the end, you see, you know, Michael's locked up in that cell, and the Man in Black, who shows up at the end, and the Man in Black winds up being the guy who's the head of Thorn for the occult in 6, right? So, and he winds up being the guy that was running the asylum, the Smiths Grove Asylum, or something like that.
Yeah.
So pretty creepy. I like some of the story. I like the Jamie character a lot, and, you know, I don't know. I mean, it was good. I like the Jamie character. I don't like what they did to her in 6, but the Jamie character in 4 and 5, I thought, you know, Danielle Harris did a good job, you know, acting. I thought she was really, really good.
Yeah.
But, Mike, any thoughts on 5?
Not too much for me.
Not one of your favorites?
Not one of my favorites.
Yeah, the mask was okay, too, on that. So, all right, I guess we're moving on to number 9, Halloween 4.
Halloween 4. I did actually have some notes on that. Is a couple of them. I saw these movies years ago, and then when we decided to do this list, I kind of wanted to revisit everything. But as soon as I started watching 4, it's like, number 1, how does he learn how to drive? And doesn't he drive like in almost every movie? Every time he escapes.
the end of part 1 going into 2, the part 1, he escapes from Smiths Grove and he drives. So somebody must have taught that bastard how to drive.
Well, he was in jail probably since he was like, I don't know, 10,
6?
Yeah,
I think
6 or something
like that,
like.
Yeah.
So,
well, they missed that movie. I think they were going to make in between maybe like 4 and 5, like Michael Myers goes to driving school.
Driver's ed.
Dude, where's my car?
But
I'm sorry, I slashed a tire.
another thing is like in the beginning, what are they? Wasn't there like they were transferring? Yeah, there was like an ambulance transfer that came. They're taking him to another hospital, and this guy is like a psycho killer. You know, he has a history. You know, and they don't have his arm strapped in.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I know he was like heavily sedated, but still, I mean, come on. He does like superhuman shit, and you don't have his arm strapped in.
Yeah, it's. Hey, I guess we're moving on that note to.
And it's
Okay.
Another thing I remember is that it was they put him in the gurney or whatever to transfer, and the guards are talking to the doctors that he killed 16 people. So the doctors know that he killed 16 people, and they don't have his arm strapped in.
Yeah, no sense.
Only in Hollywood.
No sense. All right, we're going to move on to number 8. Number 8, Rob Zombie, Halloween 2.
Yeah, I think he kind of only wanted to make that movie because he was under contract for it or something.
Yeah, I
don't think Rob Zombie wanted to make that one because it wasn't really that good.
Halloween 2, you have to watch the director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
The theatrical cut doesn't explain as much.
Right.
2 explains more when she's in therapy and she's pretty much freaking out. And, even, the girl who plays her girlfriend, the sheriff's daughter, even when, she looks at her, she's all, like, kind of scarred up.
Yeah.
And it's, like, just saying that, it reminds me too much of the situation. She kind of freaks out. She's on all these meds and the goofiest thing, there was a lot of cool things in there, as far as theatrics go. I mean, there were some cool, scary parts, but overall, I think the whole white horse thing was confusing to a lot of people if you didn't see the director's cut. If you've seen the director's cut, it explains a lot more and, more into the therapy end of it. But at the end of that movie, which is weird, is that you see her kind of like fighting with Michael and I think the doctor in this little shed or something, and she comes out and I guess you hear gunshots, and then you see her like in an asylum. So, but you don't know, was she imagining that he was there? Because the whole thing of that movie was that Michael's trying to bring the family together, and you see the mother with the white horse, and it means come home. And
Myers family reunion.
Yeah, it was kind of like bringing the family together. So I think it missed the mark because a lot of people didn't see the director's cut.
Yeah.
It was better than I think a lot of people thought. But, and we'll talk about Tyler Mane, who played Michael Myers. I mean, that's probably my favorite one just because he looks...
Oh, he was huge.
Yeah, he looks crazy.
Yeah.
But, so Halloween 2, Rob Zombie, better than what I think most people think. I think he gets a bad rap. But, okay, let's move on to number 7, Resurrection.
Resurrection was...
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. That was the one. That was a pretty... I like the premise of it. I like the idea of it. I just don't think it really delivered. I mean, I like the idea that they're going to do like some... what was that show on MTV they did?
The Scare Show?
Yeah, what was that called?
Fear Effect, maybe. No.
Not Fear Effect. That Hollywood Scare thing where they had like celebrities get
No. It was...
Scare Straight?
No, it was on it was like a really good reality show, actually. It was... they put these people in like Eastern State Penitentiary.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
And they would have like the cameras mounted to them.
Yeah.
And they would... It was,
I can't remember the
Like,
name
did
of
you
that
see like
either.
that green? It was like a green.
Yeah.
light
Yeah,
from-
they had like the night vision and
vision.
everything, and these people would really get spooked. Like they would go like these haunted places.
Oh, yeah, you
haunted
hear these
prisons
dudes
and stuff.
squealing and...
So I think that show was kind of hot at the time, and I think whoever was making Halloween wanted to kind of play off on that idea.
Play off the reality.
Yeah,
The reality thing.
The reality. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that's kind of like so the idea was good. I mean,
Idea was good. Really,
Yeah.
like you were saying earlier, it tried to do the Blair Witch thing a little bit.
Right, well, that
Blair
was
Witch
kind of what
kind of
was
thing. Yeah, that was big at
popular.
the right.
I thought the concept was cool. The Busta Rhymes thing. My problem with Halloween Resurrection was that it tried to be too hip. Mm-hmm. Like we talked about, like a movie like Transformers, We're like, oh, it should be a great movie. Then you see the Bumblebee,
Rap and breakdance.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's like once it starts doing that stuff, it's like
It's sold out a bit. Yeah.
you're trying to be too damn hip.
Yeah.
So Busta Rhymes, I like Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes cool. I like the little kung fu thing he does in the, he gets his Bruce Lee on. He's all kung fu'd out.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember too, though, they're trying to appeal to a different generation and try to get somebody in there that's a little hip at the time. So
Yeah, but that usually ends the failure.
Yeah.
I mean, but they don't learn from their mistakes in the past.
Yeah, they were too legit to quit. All right.
They should have had
Well, that
Hammer
wasn't
playing
Busta
instead
Rhymes,
of Busta Rhymes.
They should have Hammer, please don't hurt him, Hammer.
It would have been a comedy.
Yeah, well, it almost was.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so moving on to number 6, Halloween H2O: The Return of Jamie Curtis.
Yeah, I thought that was good. I actually saw that at the movie theater. And I saw the Busta Rhymes one in the theater, too.
Yeah.
It's not saying much, but I thought this one was really good. I mean, she was going under, like, an assumed name, I think, or, she had, like, an alias.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. She hid her identity
she
or
faked
something.
her death in a car accident.
Right, so she was, like, teaching at some university or something.
Yeah, she had a son.
I don't know, but I guess, Michael found her somehow.
He always seems to find
He's
it.
got that radar or something.
Yeah, it starts out, the opening's pretty cool. It starts out with they're in Donald Pleasance. They're in his, who plays, why am I going blank here?
Loomis,
Dr.
Yeah.
Loomis. So they go into the nurse who was with Dr. Loomis all the time. They go into her house, and she gets whacked out. But they're seeing all this different footage on the screen of the killings and all that stuff, and it says survivor from the Halloween murders, died in car crash,
Oh, yeah.
but she faked her death,
Right.
which was kind of cool. And then she's got the kid, and every year near Halloween she gets a little spooked out. The kid kind of knows the story about the uncle, and pretty much Michael finally finds her. And that cool part where they're both kind of staring at each other through the glass door.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
But the wacky thing about that movie was, which leads to the Resurrection movie, which is right after that one, is that she whacks off Michael's head, and it's not really Michael. Yeah, it wound up being like an innocent fucking dude,
Yeah.
and that was one of the ambulance guys or something.
Yeah.
And she whacks his head off, and she wakes up in Part 8, which is one of my problems with Part 8, which is Resurrection. Is she wakes up, and she's like in a crazy house or whatever, an asylum, and she killed the wrong dude pretty much, and she knows he's still out there, kind of deal. And my problem with that was they killed off Jamie Lee Curtis way too soon in that movie.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning of the movie, they kind of just whacked her out. And
wasn't her son... Who played her son was that actor... he was, like, pretty hot in all those teen movies back at that time.
he had a bad haircut. He had, like, the Jim Carrey haircut from Dumb and Dumber. The whole time I'm watching, I'm like, wow, that guy's got the Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber haircut.
What the hell's the name of that actor?
I don't know. Somebody
Jason
Google
something.
it.
Yeah. But he was like a well-known actor. He might have been like Scream 2 or something. And
Like one of those.
Final Destination or something.
Yeah.
But
it was cool. I mean, H2O was alright. It had. I liked that they brought back Jamie Lee Curtis. I thought that was really cool.
yeah.
And
LL Cool J.
that's right. LL was in that.
He was good in that, I thought.
Yeah, he was good in that. What was the other movie he played in that? The shark movie, Deep Blue Sea, or one of those. He was pretty good in that.
Josh Hartnett is the one I'm thinking of.
Josh Hart. Yeah, I don't know
Remember
much
him?
about him.
Yeah, he
I
was
know
in-
the name. I don't know much about him.
He was like in like those teen movies at the time. But
One of those teen heartthrobs,
Yeah.
Tiger Beats. One of those Tiger Beats.
Oh my God!
didn't they think? Wasn't there part? Didn't LL Cool J? He thought he died in the movie, and then I don't know. He wants him coming back. I was like,
I know
you
he
can't-
got shot.
He got shot. That's what it was.
She shot him,
Yeah,
or something. Or no, the boyfriend shot him, or something goofy
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He didn't die though.
Yeah, I mean H2O, some good things, had a little bit of promise, but it wasn't great. It was
That
okay.
was better than 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, and definitely better than 8. 8 was my least ranked one, by
Yeah.
the way. So, okay, we're going to move on to Halloween 2018, which is actually the remake of Halloween 2.
Oh, it is a remake. I thought
It's
it
a
was
remake.
a continuation.
Well, it's a
Just
continue. They ignore 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
6, and it was actually the remake of 2. So right after 1,
Okay.
it's supposed to be where 2018
Right.
takes over. What do you think about 2018?
I thought that was good. I like that one a lot. I saw that in the movies also. I love the idea. She was a badass. I mean, she had her whole house booby trapped.
Oh, yeah, she was a
She was waiting
survivalist.
for
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, she was definitely a survivalist. And the mask was awesome.
Yeah.
The mask looked great. And I think they went back to using the guy from Star Trek. What's his name from Star Trek? The main fucking guy.
William Shatner.
William Shatner.
You mean?
Oh,
his
yeah,
mask.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
mask.
and they fixed it up a little bit. They crackled it up a little bit, and it looked.
I'm
it looked
thinking
pretty
an actor
cool.
in the movie. I'm like, wait a minute.
That's
No, the Shat, the Shat. But
Oh, I was thinking of Patrick Stewart first.
yeah. So I mean, I like that they went to the reporters or podcast people, whatever they were.
Yeah.
Went to the asylum, and it's kind of like you kind of see Michael's face, but you don't see his face. He's got the beard. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. She was pretty badass in it.
Yeah.
They didn't try and make her look young. She looked old and haggard.
Right.
So I thought
They
I
blew
thought
up.
it was
Didn't
pretty
they
good.
blow up the house at the end or something?
How did that one end? I don't even remember. How did that one end?
Well, she kicked his ass pretty good.
Yeah. I'm sure. Oh, he was still breathing at the end, though, I think.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
still- so he's still out there somewhere. I think there is going to be another part.
There is.
supposedly, right?
They filmed the sequel to it, and it was supposed to come out this year, like now.
Right.
But because of everything shut down, they delayed it for next year. And there's another one after that. They're doing 2 more, and that's it.
Oh, cool. So kind of like what they did with the Spider-Man. So, the
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3 is one, and then, yeah. It
Well,
gets,
and
it's
Different
confu-
universes start to get
It gets confusing. It does.
Right.
it
I
does-
think the last one's going to be called, Death of Michael Myers or something. But
Right. COVID.
yeah,
Death of Michael Myers.
that's how they get them.
The China virus.
the China virus. That's right. I love it.
And then one after that would be the cure for Michael Myers or something.
Right. All right. We're heading to number 4, Halloween 3.
I mean, that's a classic. Even though it wasn't part of the.
Yeah.
It was part of the universe, but
Well,
not the Michael Myers universe.
I mean, from what I remember reading, that was a whole nother story, and they just slapped the whole Halloween title on that just because Halloween was big at the time.
Yeah, I think we did, what I read though. I read that they actually were going to. It wasn't going to be Michael Myers all the time. They were going to have a different one, almost like
Right.
Creep Show or
Yeah.
Tales
Yeah.
from the
It was
Crypt.
going to be like a series kind of
Right,
thing.
right, and they guess it didn't do well.
Yeah.
So they decided, shit, let's go back to Michael Myers.
Oh, it was misleading. People thought it was, Michael Myers.
But that was a scary one on its own. I mean, you're a kid, you never wanted to put the Halloween mask on.
Yeah, it was pretty. I thought it was a pretty creative idea. I mean, I remember seeing it once when I was a kid. I was like, wow, what the hell? Michael Myers isn't even in it. But then a couple years ago, I saw it. I was like, wow, it's actually a really good movie.
And-
Oh, it's real good.
On the
its
whole
own.
commercial for the mask that
Yeah.
they have 2 more days till Halloween.
Yeah,
Halloween.
yeah.
That song is
Yeah,
like my favorite. The
Yeah.
Silver Shamrock song. Oh,
Silver
Yeah.
Shamrock,
it's
yep.
great. It's great, and you got androids in it, and
Yeah, I thought the mask that they had in the movies
it was great. It was
pretty
great.
Cool.
The snakes came out, the bugs came out.
Yeah.
I like 3 a lot. I definitely like 3 a lot.
Yeah, as a it's kind of hard to even rate it with the whole Michael Myers bunch of them, but on a standalone, I mean,
Right.
I think it's a
that's
great
pretty
movie.
damn
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I think it's a great movie where you have the mad scientist that wants to. He's trying to get the fucking the rock of what the hell was that rock? Stonehenge.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
with the witch. They're trying to bring it, but oh man,
Season of the
That was
Witch, it
great.
was called, right?
Season of the
Season of
Witch.
the Witch.
Halloween 3,
Yeah.
Season of the Witch. Yeah. All in all, I liked Halloween 3.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. So we all actually liked Halloween 3.
Yeah, I mean,
It's hard to put it at number 4. We put it at
Yeah,
Four,
I-
which isn't
It's even
bad.
hard to put. Yeah,
nah,
I mean, 'cause
it doesn't feel like it should be there. But I mean, hey, it's in the series, so I mean, it is part of it. But
Yeah.
should it be there? I mean,
Definitely a good movie.
I mean,
worth
if
you
George
wanna
Lucas
rate
did it, he would have CGI'd Michael Myers into the movie somehow.
I mean, if you want to rate Michael Myers movies, then it shouldn't be in there. But it's the Halloween series, so I mean,
Yeah, I love the movie. I still love the movie.
yeah,
I definitely. I watch it at least a couple times a year.
yeah, it was good.
The
I
story
think
is
I'd like
great.
to watch it more. I'm definitely going to go I think I'd watch that this season. Yeah.
I think I really wish they would put out like another part of it, like more
A
into
sequel? And then what do they call that?
like an origin of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like go back with the you call it Silver Shamrock or something,
Right, it'd have to be called something different.
and go back and see how he decided that he was going to get all twisted up in this this thing, you know. But Halloween 3 looks like we all enjoyed it.
At number 5, right?
Number 4. So let's move on to number 3, Rob Zombie, Halloween Dame.
Yeah, I saw that when it came out also, and at the time I thought it was the best one. I mean, it was really good. I really liked that, in a lot of these horror movies from like the 70s and 80s, that they didn't really tell the origins of the killer. You know, they kind of touched on it a little bit, like, you know, people, the kids, the teenagers would say, oh, you know, well, I heard about this guy, and he did, like, it was a little bit of lore in there, but it wasn't like they never told the story. So I like that this one really told the story.
Well, there's something about the mindless killer that's just scary, too. I mean...
Yeah,
the unknown.
You don't know. Yeah.
You have that story, you start feeling a little sympathy for him, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I liked the kid. You know, he had, you know, right out of the gate, he had a Kiss T-shirt on. He's just like,
God of Thunder.
And I thought it was cool that he was like obsessed with masks.
Absolutely.
And you know, he's into Kiss. You know,
Right.
they hide their faces,
It makes
so
sense,
kind of
yeah.
like, you know,
Kiss
it
and
kind of
probably
made
Star Trek.
Yeah, it kind of made sense how, you know, he was like into masks, and you know, kind of see where it was coming from. But then when he gets out of the, you know, the hospital, he goes back to the house, and he knows where the mask is, and
Yeah, he just finds where he hit it.
it's, you know,
I mean, Rob Zombie Halloween, man, it was so close to making one for my list.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love it. I love the background of the whole story. I love the Dr. Loomis character in it.
he was great. Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm McDowell, so
Yeah,
good.
he was perfect.
I love that character. I love that they had Tyler Mane play Michael Myers. I mean, bigger,
Oh, he was
stronger, faster, aggressive, scary as Michael Myers for
Yeah.
for my pick. But I loved it. Told the backstory. Loved it. You know, he came from this effed up family that was, you know, the mother's a stripper, the stepfather, or boyfriend, whatever he was a scumbag, and man, getting picked on as the kid. You know, it even tapped in the serial killer thing with the animals. You know,
Right.
and it was just to me, it's so close to number one to me. But
I originally had that number one on my list.
I
but
did,
then
and I
after
bumped
watching
it
again.
But, yeah.
Well, what did they... I mean, did Rob Zombie catch flack for doing that one, or...
A lot of people didn't like it. I
a
don't
lot of
get
people
it.
kind of shit on it, but
I don't understand why. I thought he did a great job.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
tough because you hit a classic like Halloween and you're remaking it, which is like, you know, that's everybody's like all-time favorite scary movie, and you know how it is, the whole remake.
well,
thing,
it's
too,
like
so-
it's like replacing the Kiss members.
right. But
I mean, he had John Carpenter's blessing.
Yeah, at first,
Yeah.
and then
I know
and
they
he
had
must-
some problem.
Well, I
afterwards.
think Zombie might have said something that rubbed John Carpenter the wrong way. Now John Carpenter's like he's an asshole.
Well, he made, like, Rob Zombie said he didn't want to, like, remake it or, you know, like, redo it. He wanted to do, like, a reimagining of...
Which I thought he
know.
did a great job of.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, that's so close to one. Even though it made 3 on our list, for me, that's one of my favorite.
The only
favorite
thing going
movies.
back, watching it, there wasn't any, like, scare moments, I don't think. You know, it didn't, like...
Right.
There wasn't any, like, jump scare moments. I thought, you
Right.
know, I just kind of watched it and, you know...
He was just so aggressive. I mean, you show any of the other Michael Myers movies, it's like, yeah, he kind of just whacks him out.
Right.
This one, he's like, he's not stabbing him, he's picking him up and just bashing him against
Yeah.
something. It's just, you know, it's like, he's just brutal.
Yeah.
Just brutal, man. All right, Rob Zombie, Halloween at number 3. Moving on to number 2, Halloween 2.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Yeah,
great.
you got to go with the
Great
classics.
sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, great movie. I mean, I guess it's got to be number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It follows the story. It follows pretty much just like the first one. And like you were saying, same thing with the gurney. That's how they did that one, where they put him in the gurney. 2 starts at the ending of 1, so
Right.
it kind of continues right on, where Loomis shoots him, he falls down, Loomis peeks out, and he's not there. So that's how pretty much that one starts, and
Yeah.
it's good, man. It's good. It's definitely good. It keeps pretty close to the first one. You know, the mask was pretty cool. You know, but the deaths were pretty cool. It keeps really close to the first one. So Halloween 2, I'm right with it being number 2.
One thing I liked about that, and definitely the first one too, is a lot of these new movies they kind of look past. Everything's into like color and HD and everything, but those old movies, like there was something like they had a charm to them because the lighting was like always dark.
Oh,
and
yeah.
dim and like
Well, that's because they couldn't use the special effects like they could today, so it was kind of like they hit it in the
they
darkness.
hit it, yeah, but it added a lot of creepiness
But it also
to it,
you imagined it more too, like 'cause
Yeah,
you didn't even
yeah.
see everything.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm a big believer in that. You don't have to show the brutalness. You could just not show it, and sometimes it
that's
means
even
more.
scarier.
Right.
It's scarier
Yeah.
sometimes when
That's-
you just know what's happened.
That's one thing I really remember about the first two, especially the second one, because I think I saw the second one first.
Right.
And just like the creepiness of it, and how the lighting was dark and everything, and
I love that it opens up with Mr. Sandman.
yeah.
I mean, come on. Anytime you have an old song like that, it just sounds so
Oh
creepy.
yeah,
Sounds
absolutely.
so creepy. But Halloween 2, great movie. I guess we're ready to see number 1. Everybody's guess. The very first Halloween. Dame, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean that was first Halloween movie. That was pretty much like the start of the slasher films. I mean, I don't know if there was anything before that where there was like a serial killer, a
main
slasher
guy,
killer, like Michael Myers. Then you had Jason, and then you had Freddy Krueger and Pinhead, and Chucky, and all. That was like the original.
Right.
And it's funny, like the later ones that came out in the '80s, it seemed like they were chasing all the ones that came after. Like it almost seemed like I was watching a Friday the 13th movie when I was watching Halloween 4, 5, and 6. It was like almost ripping off those storylines.
Yeah.
It seemed like, but the first one, it's a classic. It set the bar. Friggin' mask is creepy as shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Halloween 1, Mike, any thoughts?
Halloween, I mean, it's definitely the classic of the bunch. I mean, like we just established, it started everything off, and yeah.
I mean, for me,
It's just I haven't seen it in years, but
and I just recently rewatched it again. The pumpkin in the beginning, and then you hear the 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God! It's just the music.
Yeah, well, that's. I was reading up about a month or two ago. I was listening up and on this new genre of music. Well, maybe it's not new. It's called synthwave.
Okay.
And it's basically based on like 80s kind of like movie themes and like Miami Vice, shit like that. And John Carpenter is like a very influential guy in this genre of music. Like all these new synthwave artists are really influenced by John Carpenter. I was like, I didn't even know the guy was a musician. Well, he did the whole theme to Halloween, and that's almost like synthwave is basically like music like the Halloween theme, but like with almost like 80s electronic drums. But I mean, that friggin' song. It's like it's iconic.
I have it home. I never listened to it, but somebody I acquired it somehow. It's the picture disc of the movie with the theme song of it.
Oh, pretty cool.
And it's got the I believe it's the pumpkin on the front of it.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty cool looking. I never threw it on, but
Yeah, I mean, for me, like you said in the last episode when we were doing the countdown for the Halloween songs, and you said it. Every one of those songs have this great intro, and same thing for me. It's like sometimes the little theme, makes the movie or helps the movie. Like Jaws.
Oh yeah.
The Jaws theme, or even the Friday the 13th.
that little
Yeah. All that stuff kind
Nightmare on
of.
Elm Street, you had the kid, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Yeah, all
jingle.
that stuff, all them jingles.
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, for me, Halloween 1. It was tossed up between the Rob Zombie one and this one for me, but
you got to go with the original.
got to go with the original. I want to stay
always.
faithful.
I mean,
I'll go with the original. John Carpenter, great movie.
yeah.
Great cast was really good.
Just remember, without that original, there would be no more. So
Yeah. I mean,
that's what started it all.
and like you said, with the special effects and all that stuff, where you can CGI stuff in now, it's like I'm sure we'll talk about it down the road. But like my favorite movie, The Exorcist, where like they pulled off all that stuff themselves.
Yeah.
Like all the stunts and it was like makeup stuff and like
Green pea soup.
unbelievable, man, unbelievable. So that's our countdown for Halloween. Halloween 1 still rules at number 1. I'm going to, of course, put Dame on the spot as I always do. And Dame, if you had to make an old school VHS SLP speed where you could fit 3 movies on a disc for Halloween, they don't have to just be Halloween movies. 3 horror movies. You only get to pick 3 to put on a mixtape. What would it be?
Okay, that's going to be
no
easy.
special order.
I'd put Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, Lost Boys, and Fright Night.
Ah, Fright Night!
Yeah, I love Fright Night.
Yeah.
I watched that movie a lot, yes.
Dude, Fright Night. That's like
Yeah.
a dark horse in
Yeah,
there.
love Fright Night.
Yeah,
I must have seen, when I was a kid, it was on Channel 29, which is like, in Philly, it's like the local, one of those UHF stations. And Fright Night was on, and I fell in love with it, and I recorded it. Because I was so into like horror movies, so I recorded Fright Night, and man, I wore that VHS tape out. I must have, no lie, hundreds of times I've seen it. I just watched it like last week.
Back in the
Never
day when
gets
you could
old.
fit 3 movies on one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get 4.
Yeah,
Depending.
yeah,
Depending.
yeah. If it was an hour and a half, you could probably fit 4 on there.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, if you had to pick 3.
So no, I mean, there was this one cool one out there I remember watching a lot. It was Terror Vision.
I remember
yeah.
Terror Vision.
And this alien, it was sort of like an alien puppy dog going like rabid, and it came through the satellites down to Earth and terrorized his family and actually, what's his name from Napoleon Dynamite? Uncle Rico. was in that movie.
Uncle Rico!
So he played like this punk rock heavy metal boyfriend of the sister. So yeah, that was pretty cool. After, years later, looking back, I'm like, that's Uncle Rico.
Great.
And I mean, Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my
I mean,
favorites.
just a twist at the end of it.
So weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, he just
like, what the
drops down.
It all comes back to Cox and the Frog. Every episode comes back to Wang.
And I'm going to go, I mean, I could probably pick a million more, and I'm going to go with something more recent on the last one.
Okay.
Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
That was just a
I
cool
haven't
movie.
seen that, but I've been wanting to see it.
Was that the one where they had the people with the chart hanging up, send out the werewolves? Or
Yes.
Send out that was
It
weird.
was so,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I
I
gotta see
mean,
that.
you got to watch it to kind of understand why they were doing that. I don't want to ruin it, but it was a cool movie. There's a lot of little cameos from past like horror films in there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
You would see.
yeah,
I
it's
think
pretty
Pinhead was in a part of that. Like kind of bind it up in one of the scenes. So yeah, it definitely has a lot of little hidden things going on.
Yeah, I remember there's one scene where because it goes through the horror movie kind of stuff, and there's one scene where there's a guy and a girl, I don't know if they're in the woods or whatever they're doing, and they're like, set off the pheromones, And
Yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. It was pretty cool.
It was
different.
It was different. It was definitely different. I think for my 3 on a mixtape, The Exorcist, the first one, definitely my favorite movie of all time.
Probably the scariest movie.
Scariest
of all
movie of all time. I just
Without a
love
doubt.
that movie, man. So The Exorcist would make
do
it.
whole shows just on The Exorcist. Jeez.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Creepy ass movie.
My second one would probably be Damien 2,
Yeah.
The Omen, Damien 2, which another one of my favorite movies. I mean, that's the best one of the series, in my opinion. And 3 would probably be Rob Zombie Halloween.
Yeah.
I just love the backstory.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Mike, put you on the spot. Count Chocula or Frankenberry?
Definitely Count Chocula, but I would go Booberry if I had to.
Yeah.
I never had Booberry.
There's something about Booberry.
I haven't had him in years, but Count Chocula is probably my least favorite.
So you probably pick Frankenberry.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I think I'd pick probably Count Chocula.
Yeah.
I never had Booberry.
I would have Booberry, Chocula, and Frankenberry
And
last.
wasn't there a 4th one?
The
Wolf. What was Fruity Wolves or something?
Yeah.
Fruity something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fruity
I could have
something.
sworn there was, but then I'm like, is this another Mandela effect?
No, there was a wolf on one. Fruity something.
Yeah, there was the wolf. But hey, you guys could comment and let us know what the wolf one was.
Yeah.
Or is it just a Mandela effect?
Yeah. Or if there wasn't a wolf, make one up and let us know.
Yeah, man. Be safe on Halloween. Thanks for listening. Take care, guys. Bye.
Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes.